day 17 of my 100 days public speaking challenge. Hi, my name is Olayinka. I am a project manager. And what this means is that I help people and organizations plan and execute projects that align with their goals and deliver measurable results. Today, I want to talk about risk management. In simple terms, risk means something that can happen. One thing you can be sure of is that it is going to affect your plans. But there are two types of risk. There are good risk and there are bad risk. Not all risk are bad. When people hear of risk, they run in the other direction thinking they are all bad. But there are good risk as well. But the thing that will happen is that it will affect your plans. Say for instance, you're on a flight and you're in business class. And just as you're about to take off, the air hostess make an announcement that the flight has been overbooked and they will need three people to deboard and they'll put them on the next flight, which will be in 10 hours. But those three people, they'll bump them up to first class. That is a good risk because you could have a first class flying experience. But the 10 hours that you're going to wait for the next flight, that is what you did not plan for. That is what is affecting your plans. So that is an example of a positive risk. But today we're going to talk about the negative risk in detail. There are four ways of handling risk or responding to risk, rather. Number one is mitigation. When we say mitigation, it means you're reducing the impact and the likelihood of the risk happening. You cannot eliminate risk entirely. It's not possible because we live in a world of what if, you know, but you can be prepared for when it happens. Let's say you're driving to work. Using your seatbelt is an example of you mitigating risk because it reduces the when there's a collision with another vehicle, it reduces the impact of you getting injured. You could fly out of your windscreen. And yes, that has happened to me before. I have the scar on my nose to prove. So that's an example of mitigating risk. You could avoid the risk entirely. Let's say you want to go on a hike and you check the weather forecast and it says there's an 85% chance of rainfall. You could say, okay, you know what, I'll go another day. That's you avoiding the risk entirely. Or you could accept the risk. You could say, yes, I want to experience getting wet in nature. It's going to be an enlightening experience for me. And you can get ready, maybe take an umbrella or take a raincoat, but you're accepting the risk, you're accepting the consequences of what will happen, and you're prepared for it. So we've spoken about mitigation, we've spoken about avoiding, we've spoken about accepting. The last one is transferring of risk. You can transfer a risk to a third party. An example is saying you're flying and you buy travel insurance. You're transferring the risk that if your luggage goes missing, you're transferring the risk to the airline for them to bear the cost